Star Wars fans, hello and welcome to today's news of the day around the Star Wars galaxy. What is this, day 4 of doing these videos? They're fun. We're going to keep doing them. Might turn them into streams. I don't know. Either way, what we're going to talk about today is the rumored synopsis for the Daisy Ridley Star Wars movie coming out in, a few years now, but that was put out and then taken down, and it seems just a little mysterious, so we're going to go through that. Then James Mangold confirms he was developing a Boba Fett movie, so we'll go over that. And then I want to talk about the Indiana Jones tracking, just the Indiana Jones, whether it flops or not, because I think it plays a huge role on the future of Lucasfilm and the future of Kathleen Kennedy. So let's get into all that, because Kathleen Kennedy might be in a little bit of trouble here. The Daisy Ridley movie is not going to be, it's not a fan favorite at this point. There's really no hype behind it. Fans are hyped about the Dave Filoni movie and the Dawn of the Jedi movie. The Daisy Ridley Rey movie set 15 years after The Rise of Skywalker. It's looking like it might be interesting, but it just doesn't have a lot of hype, and I don't know. Will Kathleen Kennedy even be the president of Lucasfilm by the time this movie begins production? We'll see, and it looks like they're just trying to get hype around it and get things out there. There was a rumored synopsis for the movie, but then it was reported inaccurate just about 12 hours later, which to me is weird when, something comes out and then a Lucasfilm official immediately almost is like, nope, this isn't true. To me, that can almost be seen as them admitting there's a lot of truth to it. So I want to go through this, talk about, the synopsis and what it means for the future of Star Wars a little bit. Anyways, yesterday, a dubious brief plot synopsis for the upcoming Daisy Ridley-led Star Wars film to be released in 2026 made its way around the internet, with many believing it to be accurate, but others doubting its authenticity. But there's now been an important update in the whole thing here. Yesterday, a listing on Production Weekly pertaining to the untitled Star Wars film, due to release in May of 2026, made waves across the internet. The listing itself featured a brief synopsis for the film, being directed by Sharmin Obaid-Chinoy, that's just under 2 years away from release, and read as follows. Set roughly 15 years after Rey's victory over Palpatine and the end of Star Wars: The Rise of Skywalker, the sequel delves into Rey's courageous endeavor to restore the Jedi Order, where she assumes the role of mentor to two promising young students, a girl and a boy. As their training progresses, it becomes evident the girl possesses extraordinary abilities, destined to emerge as a future leader. So that was basically the synopsis, and then a Lucasfilm person came out and was apparently like, nope, that's not true. Don't put that out on the internet. And to me, it's just like, why even address it if it's not true? It's such a vague thing that it makes me think there is a lot of truth to it if they came out and tried to put it away. But maybe that's just me reading too far into it. Either way, the synopsis overall, it looks pretty bare bones. I mean, yeah, Rey's training a couple students. One of them is dealing with the dark side. The other one looks to be a promising student, a boy and a girl. The girl taking up the leadership role. I assume the boy might, go down a dark path following the other, Anakin, Ben Solo. Now, a third guy to just fall down the dark path. That's just me speculating, but hey, it is what it is. Either way, that's, pretty generic, pretty simple, pretty, not all that exciting. Rey training a couple students, one of them's got pretty good abilities. Really? I mean, if that's the synopsis, okay, that's the most simple thing I've ever heard. Yeah. All right. I mean, what do you guys think of it? Is that really going to get you excited? I mean, it's the least surprising thing ever. Rey's training a couple students, one of them's going to be powerful. I don't know. It feels like they're just desperately trying to get fans hyped for this movie, and I'm going to watch it. Of course I'm going to watch it. I'm going to probably go see it a few times. By the time it comes out, it'll be the first Star Wars movie in theaters in, forever by that point. So, yeah, I'm excited, but the other movies were more hyped about, at least from what I've seen. So, what do you think about it? Let me know. And it might be Kathleen Kennedy's last hope when it comes to Star Wars movies. She might never be in, Lucasfilm when it comes out. Indiana Jones tracking, box office tracking, is going to play a huge role on whether or not Kathleen Kennedy sticks around. A lot of people, there's been a lot of rumors that if Indiana Jones flops, Kathleen Kennedy is out. after a lot of, Star Wars mishaps. Andor, they spent $250 million on production. It was the least watched Star Wars show. Kenobi should have gotten the Andor budget, didn't. And yeah, it just clearly showed lack of budget. Boba Fett wasn't what fans expected. Mandalorian Season 3 wasn't what fans expected. The sequels overall are not popular. So what does Star Wars really have going? They've got Ahsoka with Dave Filoni. Tales of the Jedi was great with Dave Filoni. Clone Wars Season 7 they did a while back now, but with Dave Filoni. Rebels with Dave. Really, the Dave stuff is always a hit. Always. Everything else has been up and down. Andor was really good, but people just didn't really watch it. Kenobi and Boba should have been better. You can argue that they were good, but you can also, I think it's hard to deny that those shows should have been better. Either way, Kathleen Kennedy's job in Lucasfilm as president of Lucasfilm may very well come down to Indiana Jones 5. If it bombs, she might be gone. That's the rumor that's been swirling for a while. Yeah. Let's see. Right now, the tracking is just to be $60 million opening weekend, compared to the $100 million by Crystal Skull in its first 3 days in 2008. Yeah, not exactly great. It's not tracking to be great. The early reviews have not been great for the movie. I'm very, very interested to see what happens here. I don't know if I'll even be going to the movie. I'm just not a big Indiana Jones fan. So let me know. Are you going to this movie? Are you hoping to see it flop? Hoping to see something happen to Kathleen Kennedy? Overall, I haven't hated any of the Star Wars projects that have come out. I'm coming around on more, but I get the hate. I get I get it. I do. So, what do you guys think? Kathleen Kennedy, Indiana Jones 5, interesting. And another thing, speaking of Boba Fett, it was a fine show, but it could have been better. Probably should have been a movie. And recently, James Mangold confirms he was previously developing a Boba Fett movie, despite Kathleen Kennedy's past denials. So Kathleen Kennedy has been pretty adamant that Boba Fett, there was never a movie really in production or getting going. But James Mangold, who was going to be making it, puts right here that yes, he was developing a Boba Fett movie. And it's a pretty short story, just basically him saying that it was something that was set to begin and just never got off its feet. So another thing that just could have happened but didn't. Whether or not it's due to Kathleen Kennedy, that's up to you, but ultimately she makes the decisions, and Boba Fett was turned into a show rather than a short story or a Star Wars story like Rogue One and Solo, both that I think are really, really good movies. I think Rogue One, masterpiece. I think Solo, I rewatched Solo a few days ago. Oh my god, it's great. I think it's really well done. Really good movie. I think Alden does a good job as Han. I think Donald Glover as Lando, great. The characters in the movie are fun. Yeah, I think it's just a hell of a movie. So, Boba Fett, a Star Wars story, probably would have been better than the show, and it was shot down. Would have been from James, but unfortunate. Anyways, that's the news around the galaxy today. Daisy Ridley, her movie got a synopsis. That synopsis was yanked away from the internet. Who knows, man? Kathleen Kennedy, her job probably relies on Indiana Jones 5. So, you going to Indy 5? You sitting that one out? Let me know. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video.